Hi, welcome to Magical Little Worlds with me, Sean Huckster. Today I'm going to talk about two sets that came in, and these are the Polly Pocket Hidden Hideout sets. I've got the Mermaid Cove and the Dino Discovery. Now, I've recently reviewed two more of these, which were the Frosty Fairy Tale and the Moon Rockin' Adventure. I started collecting these because I love space, and I started with this one, which is the Moon Rockin' Adventure, which has a UFO, a Polly Pocket with she has a little jetpack and a helmet, and there's an alien comes with this set. Here he is here. And I accidentally ended up with two of these, but I'm kind of glad I did because the alien was a different color in each version. Why do I like these sets? Well, first of all, space. I have three favorite themes. One's space, one is Arctic, and the other is undersea. And if you really want to get pedantic, I love dinosaurs as well. So let's open up this one, which I've done before. One of the things I love about these particular sets is the profile. What we're looking at here is something incredibly similar to vintage Polly Pocket. And I raised my daughter on Polly Pocket, so she's got a number of these, or at least had. I'm kind of hoping they're still in my garage somewhere. But the great thing about these is they're slimline, they carry in your pocket easily, they open up, and they're so detailed. There's so much paint going on in here, and I love the fact that there's a little teddy bear in there. And the colors are very pastel. And that's another one here is the apartment, Polly's Flat. And again, you can see pastel, very kind of mid-century modern coloration here. I'm a big fan of mid-century modern as well. But the fact that these are compact, fit in your pocket, unlike some of the larger sets, which I do love, big things that look like an owl or a penguin, you can't fit those in your pocket, but these can definitely go in your pocket. And what is it? Polly Pocket, not Polly Backpack. Okay, so one of the things I do love about them is their pastel colors. And one thing I don't like so much about these modern sets is the garish colors they use. Like, open up this, for example, and you know, it's not too bad. But there are some that are so brightly garishly colored that my eyes just dance. What I do love about this one, besides the fact that it's Arctic theme, which I love, is that it is pastel colored. I mean, look at that. Lavender for snow, I would never have thought, but it really works for me. Okay, let's put these aside and go on to the new ones. So today we have, let's start with the Dino Discovery. Dinosaurs, big theme of mine. Several of the Mighty Max sets that I have are dinosaur-based, or at least dragon-based, you know. And what I love about these sets is they're all consistently designed. They all have the bow, but the central icon, that molded piece on there, kind of lets you know what's inside. There are three surprises inside this, and what that means is inside each set, and again, I don't know how, I said this in a previous video, I don't know how they kind of got away with this kind of advertising. How do you sell something when you're only showing them half of what you get? It's supposed to be a surprise, and that's great, but you really don't know what's inside here. And I've actually saw one review where somebody said, you know, I thought it was just that. I thought there were just stickers up there. I didn't know there was anything even up there. Although, you know, these little question marks sort of are a little bit of a giveaway. So these are poly stick sets, and they come with poly stickers that you can place around there, and sometimes there's a poly sticker inside, and sometimes the floor is a poly stick floor, and you could stand your poly on that. Before getting too much into what's behind here, I've already given you way too many spoilers. It also tells you that there are other sets available. This is the candy set, which I do not yet have, and there's a princess set I do not yet have, and then there are two other sets, which I do have, and those are, I'll tell you what they are because I haven't reviewed them yet, Unicorn Utopia and Little Princess Pad. So there's a butterfly one and a candy one I don't have yet, but I will review those for you. Okay, let's open up. What do you do with packaging? Right. So here we have this compact, and what I really note here is the color is very similar to the original, to one of the vintage ones, which I kind of like. I have no complaints about that whatsoever. And again, like I said, the profile is similar. These are a little fatter, a little bigger, but you can still shove this in your pocket and go with it. And let's see what we have inside. So we have this pink bow on an orange compact with a purple dino egg. And the dino egg has got a crack here. You know, it's got some moldings on there, just some general texture. And again, I'm a bit excited because I don't know what's in here. I kind of do know, and there's your there's your poly stickers, which you're kind of going to need, maybe, if you want to do that. So here's your character. They all come in this, I don't know why they do this, but they put it in a purple bag, almost like that's a surprise in itself, but you know that's not a surprise. You're going to get a poly, and that's Lila, it looks like, right? And she's got, what's on her shirt? That's very much a leopard print. And she's wearing pink. Now, my first test with a poly stick is the floor poly stick. And it appears maybe this is a sticker. Actually, it looks like to be, yeah, it's a sticker. There's a little bend there on this, not very well applied. Is this poly stick? It doesn't feel like it. No, I think it's not, but that's what the stickers are for. Some sets have a poly stick floor, and they really stick like mad to those things. This is not one of those cases. So what do we have? We have Polly wearing a little dress, well, Lila, wearing a little dress or a skirt and leopard print. Let's put her aside for a moment and see what the set is. So the first thing we see is we have this rotary, which a lot of these sets have, a little rotary spinner in the middle, which I kind of like. And this one rotates kind of counterclockwise. You know, my instinct is you want to rotate it clockwise, but pterodactyls don't fly backwards. Well, maybe they could. I don't know. We have no proof of that, do we? And so what we have here is a pterodactyl nest, or at least a dinosaur nest. I imagine it's a pterodactyl nest. And then you have 2 eggs and a broken egg, which leads me to believe the broken egg might have something going in there. Probably maybe a little baby dinosaur up in here. So there are 3 compartments in these sets. Every one of them has 3. There's 2 smaller ones and 1 larger one. And sometimes the larger one is horizontal and sometimes it's vertical. And it doesn't really matter. Lots of good texture here. I do like the colors on this one. This is not too garish. This bright pink and this bright yellow are pretty garish. You see that in a lot of sets. I like the purple. And of course the purple's got some green painted on it for the leaves and the trees. And there's a lot of details down here. And it's mostly bones. And there's like a fish bone here and other bones. But what we're going to do now is open them up, and I always leave the big one for last, because that's usually some sort of play feature. And these always have little play features too, but not always very interactive. So let's go for it. Let's start pulling them away. And they're like advent calendars. There's a little tab up there you pull, and you pull the cardboard away, and you get rid of this. Inside each one, there should be a little surprise. And yes, here we go. So this one has a little flower for Polly to carry. Okay, so this can go on her wrist, I believe. So this is meant to go through her wrist, so it looks like she's carrying a flower. I mean, fine. It's not a jetpack, but it's okay. Why a flower? You're back in the dinosaur age, I guess. I don't know. All right. Hey, you know what? Let's just put her on a poly stick. Bing. Okay. Now, that's one surprise. Now, what do we have inside? We have and the cardboard, by the way, will kind of get stuck up there. So you want to prune away all the cardboard that you can find. It might not all come out because the cardboard is kind of in between the gaps between parts. I'm sure that if I really wanted to, I could get in there and pull it all out, but you know what? It's not that important. What do we have as a campfire? But that's just painted on a sticker. And then we have cave drawings, which is kind of cool. We have a little omega, an infinity symbol there, and some other symbols. And then what we have is just a little yellow cave, and there's not really much to that particular compartment, leading me to go to the next compartment. So let's pull away the next compartment and see what we have inside here. That one didn't come away quite so easily. And will you come out all the way, do you think? Yeah, I got it all out. Oh, look at that. You can get the bottom out. Well, this is interesting too, because the sticker even had some bone there that was hidden. You couldn't see it unless you pulled the whole thing out. That's detail. So what do we have here? Here we have a little bone headdress. There is a great line in Douglas Adams' Hitchhiker's trilogy when Arthur Dent is back in caveman days. And at one point they are teleported into the future and they land at Lord's Cricket Ground. But by this time, Arthur had been back in the caveman era for several years, and he had a bone in his beard. And when he gets to Lord's Cricket Ground, a kid asks him, "What's a bone doing in your beard?" And he says, "I'm training it to like where it's been put." Anyway, so what we're going to do is with this one, I'm going to train it to like being put on Lila's head. And now Lila has it doesn't stick very well. It's very springy, by the way. So what you have to do is kind of like put it on her head in such a way as it's not going to just spring right off. And of course it's not going to hold, but it's meant to. So let's poly sticker. Oh, look, the sticker came right off. That's how strong these are. Let's remove her. And we'll keep going. So what do we have inside? We have three little baby dinosaurs. They almost look like Tyrannosaurus Rex dinosaurs, but maybe they're three different ones, because that almost looks kind of Allosaur or Brontosaurus-like. This one looks kind of maybe, I don't know, but this definitely looks Tyrannosaurus Rex-like. And what does this function do? Yeah, okay, so this button you push down and the dinosaurs do a little dance. All right, so that's two compartments and two little surprises, one of which is kind of doesn't fit very well. And now we're going to open up the big compartment. The big one's always the exciting one to me. So I'm going to kind of cover it for you before I get the cardboard all out. Let me get that cardboard out there. Yeah, they got it all. Okay. And what's inside? A little swinging vine. That's kind of cool. It kind of swings out. It's not just like on a hinge here. It's like on almost a bit of a ball joint, so it swings around. And I imagine that's so that Polly can snap to the vine and swing around. Maybe now the leopard print makes more sense. I'm thinking very much Tarzan and Jane vibes, weirdly. Okay, so what do we have in here? What's the prize? Yeah, it's a dinosaur. It's a long-necked dinosaur, Brontosaurus type thing. Now I know Brontosaurus has been declassified and there's another name for the new one. Is it Allosaurus? I don't remember. But anyway, to me this is always going to be a Brontosaurus. And it's got a little peg there, so you can place it on any place with a peg. However, this set doesn't appear to have a lot of pegs. Other modern sets do. So I guess you can mix and match, but I see no pegs here. So this dinosaur, I'm sure, is meant to go in the egg. And then this, I wonder, can he fit on that peg? Yeah, so he can fit on that peg. And the two dinosaurs can chase each other around in a circle. All right. I think that's enough on this set, and let's move on to the next one. I do like this one, I have to say. Again, one of my favorite themes being space, winter or Arctic, and then undersea, and I'll put in dinosaurs as fourth. What do we have here? Mermaid. What is that? Under the sea. Yeah, so this is going to speak to me, I think. Let's see. So again, you've got a little thing on the back that says, oh, here's what the bottom is, but we don't know what the top is, and we're not going to show you. Over here, it shows that there are 3 more sets available, but I know that for a fact that there are at least 8 of these, because I have 6 of them. There's another one coming in, and I'm still looking for the candy one, so there are 8 that I'm aware of. So let's open up the packaging. Again, this one says spin, so a lot of these have a spin feature in the middle. Maybe all of them? All right, so packaging. What just came out? Looks like instructions. Now, I have not seen instructions in any of the other ones, so for a moment I'm going to put that aside. I have pushed instructions to the side at my peril in the past, so we're going to look at it in a minute. But first, packaging. Let's get the compact out of there. Oh, look. Oh, before you throw this packaging away, we can throw that away. Polly is actually in the package and not in the set. Okay, so what we have here is Polly Pocket, and she is wearing a shirt which has, okay, so it's kind of like one of these little fluffy little shirts with ruffles all over it. And she's wearing the Polly Pocket necklace with the symbol that you see on the compacts, the Polly Pocket logo heart. Okay, so we're going to put this aside a little bit and make some room for the new set. And the first thing we see, of course, is Polly. Ooh, let's get that back in there. All right. So we have the same idea. We have a compact, which is very much like the profile of the original compacts, which I adore, with a little bit fatter, as I said before, and then they all have the same molded bow, but the symbol is what distinguishes what's inside. And in this case, we have a very pearlescent scallop shell. Don't call this a clam shell, that's a scallop shell. And there's the Polly Pocket logo clasp, and we're going to open it up and see what's inside. We've already had the sneak peek of what's on the bottom. Why isn't this opening? Oh, wow, that was a bit of a challenge. And again, we have the Polly sticks. I don't throw these away anymore because I do believe I'll have a use for them. So what do we see inside? We have nice colors. I like this kind of slightly peachy pink with a teal. I really do think that's a nice color combination. I may stop insulting modern sets for being so garish, because this is a nice set of combinations. This is good coloration here. What we have is 3, what looks like, you want to say, they're almost like seahorses, but they're almost also like, well, they look a little bit like chickens, to be honest, but they're definitely seahorses. They have the curled tail and these things here, which I would say is part of a tail, but in fact is probably a seat back for a ride. This is like a carnival ride. And what do we have here? We have details. We have like a ship's wheel here, and there's all sorts of details like starfish and bottom of the sea detritus sort of things. Yeah, including like cans and garbage, which is kind of, you know, that could be cans and garbage, or it could be coral. It's kind of hard. It's kind of hard to say. I'm gonna be generous and say it's coral, but I think it's garbage. And then all around here we have details everywhere, and you can just explore those details yourself. I love the sand texture on this. It's quite nice. This is the bottom of the ocean floor. More scallop shells. We have like, is that a crab? No, that's, I don't know. Maybe a little octopus or something. And more shells and starfish, and well, let's say sea stars. There's no such thing as a starfish. They're not fish. And there's an anchor here. A lot of undersea sets have like indications of a crashed or a sunken vehicle, boat, and this is no exception. All right, poly. Again, I test to see if this is poly stick, and it is not. But the stickers are there for that reason. Okay. Again, 3 compartments, 2 small, 1 big. So we leave the big one for last, as is my tradition with these sets. And I'm going to go for let's go for the leftmost small one. I was going to say, this one comes out a lot more easily than previous ones. Ooh, oops, I pulled too much cardboard and given you a bit of a sneak peek. Let's push that back and pretend that didn't happen. So what do we end up with? We have a very jelly-like, sparkly mermaid tail with a split down the middle, I guess, to make it fit. I don't know. I don't mind a Polly Pocket that is a mermaid. I just think this is a little bulky. And I really hate glitter, guys. I hate glitter. Oh, really hate it. I wish it wasn't there. But let's see if she fits in here, because I'm suspecting the split is designed to make it easy, but these silicone legs are not going to slide easily into anything. Let's see if she fits well. I mean, you really got to shove her down a bit. Yeah, I mean, you gotta push those legs down first, and you see how easily they bend. It's gonna be a challenge. You know what? I'm not even gonna bother. I'm not even gonna bother. Wait, what if I did it this way? No, I'm not gonna bother. Too much trouble. That's a strike against the set right there. I wish it had come with a mermaid poly instead of a mermaid suit for poly. All right, what do we got inside here? What we have is a sticker at the back, but we also have, I don't think that's a sticker, is it? I think this is blue translucent plastic with a sticker behind it, because this plastic has bubbles, air bubbles, modeled into the plastic. And if I can get a light on here, I think there's molding. Oh, let me get rid of this piece of paper. Yeah, there we go. So we got a little, what looks like a little, a seahorse, a tiny little seahorse here. A little sneak peek of what's over in the other one, looks like. And then there's little other, maybe a jellyfish or a fish of some sort. And the big key feature of this one is a scallop, is a pearlescent scallop throne. Okay, since we've already partly revealed the little guy over here, I'm going to pull. Yeah, so I pulled this guy off and pulled away, and we have a little, ooh, that's kind of cool. So let's talk about the surprise first, and then what's in behind the surprise. So this one comes in a little bag. I guess because you might want to lose it. It's so tiny, but then we've seen tiny things before in here. I really don't know why, but they're not making this easy. This bag is taped shut in a way that makes it impossible. So I'm just going to take out the old trusty knife and cut the plastic, being very careful not to cut myself. This is not, by the way, an X-Acto knife cut. This is from sharp chisel work and 3D printing cleanup. It's so easy for a chisel to just slip and cut your fingers, and you kind of have to do that. It's really, I love 3D printing. It's one of my favorite things in the world, but my God, the cleanup is very dangerous. It can be sharp and many cuts. There's other cuts on my hand from exactly that cleanup. Okay, what we have here is a blue octopus. This was unnecessary, Mattel. Unnecessary. There are little tiny pieces in here. You didn't need this. All right, but what do we have? We have a little octopus. I love this. Oh, that's so cute. That is an octopus worthy of a cartoon show. I do love that. And let's place it next to Polly and the mermaid tail. And so what we have in here is a boat ride. leading me once again to believe this is like, instead of being an actual undersea set, this is actually a carnival, because we have the boat ride, which is very, you know, reminiscent of boat rides that you see at carnivals, where you sit in a big, massive boat and it swings back and forth. And that's all that does. So let's move on to the third and largest of the compartments. Let's get rid of that. I hope for something really cool. I don't know, indication of an octopus jellyfish. I don't know. Let's see. We got a shipwreck in the back. Yay. Okay. Enough of that. Please be something really cool. Just anything cool would be kind of nice. Okay. Okay, dearie. Okay. All right. What do we have? Well, we have a crown. These headsets, I've proven in the past, aren't really the best. They don't always stay on, so I'm not even going to bother. I'm just going to put it aside. And those are your 3 surprises down there with poly. You always get a poly and then 3 surprises. So what do we have up here? We have a poly stick for sure. So let's put poly up here. Yeah, very much a poly stick. That's like, she's not coming off of there. And so what we have is a beach scene with surfboards and beach chairs and umbrellas. So we're not under the sea here at all. We're above it. But then you've got this blue clear plastic, which definitely indicates I'm on the ocean, and all this is underneath the ocean. So maybe it really is underneath the ocean after all. And what else do we have? We have a treasure chest. And I'm thinking that might open. I see a little seam there, a little clasp. I'm going to take the knife very carefully and see if this opens. Oh, yeah. And so it's got a little hinge there. It's a little hinge in the back. And what do we have in there? More gold. Is it a sticker, though? Or is it modeled in? Honestly, can't tell. I think it's modeled and painted, yeah. All right. So that is, oh my, I threw the packaging away. What did I call that one? Mermaid Cove, right. I shouldn't throw the packaging so far away. It might come in handy. Okay, so let's put the pieces in. I'm just going to slap them in there for now. Poly's already in place. This closes, right? Yep, this closes. Poly's in place here, and the head sets here. He is not going to close like this, so let's take him off and put him like maybe here, and close this set. Okay, so that is 2 more of the 8 Hidden Hideouts Compacts. Oh, we were going to look at the instructions just in case it gave us some sort of insight. Usually these days, these instructions are just warnings in 18 or 20 different languages. Yeah, so this is pretty clearly, hey guys, you got poly sticks that can place anywhere. You've got poly is in a poly bag. Oh, but we call this a poly bag back in the day. And just instructions, I guess. Oh, by the way, okay, here's the surprises. Yeah, unimportant. Put that aside. Okay. Welcome to Magic Little Worlds with me, Sean Huckster. There will be more reviews. As I said, there's 8 of these, and I will have all 8. There's 2 more that I have right now, with 1 more incoming and 1 more to find. Please leave comments. I know I was wrong on some things. Please let me know. Be not shy. And that said, I'm out. Bye all.